one of the most popular cultural spots in Tainan's East District. Old Japanese dormitories transformed. A Michelin-selected restaurant for vegetarians. Asian-inspired vegetarian dishes. Delicious modern vegetarian cuisine. A must-try destination for vegetarians. I am at the former Tainan Prefectural Agricultural Research Center dormitories in the East District of Tainan, which are part of a plan to restore historical sites from the Japanese colonial period in Taiwan. Built around 1923, one part of the former Tainan Prefectural Agriculture Research Center dormitories has become a popular attraction in Tainan's East District, the Soka Art Innermost Gallery. The Japanese atmosphere here is much loved by its guests. At the gallery, visitors can experience a Japanese tea ceremony and enjoy the exhibition in a room floored with tatami mats and beautiful sunlight, basking in a simple yet tranquil atmosphere that only costs the time of a nice cup of tea. Like a great starter to whet your appetite, after enjoying the serenity of the historic Japanese dormitory, we will head to the delicious plant-based dining spot right next to the gallery. Today, I went out of my way to find that special vegetarian restaurant on East Street that was just announced to have made the list of Michelin Guide selected restaurants in 2024, the Mao Su Vegetarian Restaurant. Mao Su was developed by a local restaurant group in Tainan. They have received awards and recognition for their philosophy of offering whole food vegetarian cuisine that even non-vegetarians will love. The menu is Asian-inspired with healthy and fresh ingredients sourced from local farmers. In addition, they offer options for gluten-free, allium-free, and fried food-free diets. With the menu featuring a wide selection of the most popular Asian staples, it is guaranteed that all visitors can enjoy healthy, tasty vegetarian food.
哇，Linda 真的超香的，你可以介绍一下这两个是？
这一道是我们很招牌，就是马来西亚的娘惹沙爹串，就很像路边那种马来西亚经济小吃。
This is the Nyonya Satay Skewer。
这个是塔香脆肠，就是因为我以前是吃荤嘛，那我是荤转素，所以在吃这个时候我就很喜欢这种下酒菜。
This is the stir-fried king oyster mushroom with Chinese basil.
这两道是我们很招牌的。第一个这个就是娘惹沙爹串，那这个上面这一个啊，这个是我们的猴头菇。那我们用黄咖喱呀，还有我们的沙爹酱下去烤。
Now we have the Malaysian-inspired dish. This is the Nyonya Satay Skewer. Let's try this. And then here we have something that might taste or imitate meat.
那很多人来吃了就觉得很像在吃羊肉。
Wow.
那你也可以吃原味，那或者是再加上这个紫洋葱啊，还有小番茄，或者要不要淋一些柠檬汁？
哦，好啊。Very nice. So actually that last bite I had a lot of lemon And then with the barbecue sauce, it gives like a really nice sweetness to it. It's very different from the initial original taste that I had. So at Mao Su, you get a lot of different Asian-inspired dishes.
这个是塔香脆肠。
Looking forward to trying this.
那因为我们都是用原型食物，不用那个加工品，那所以我们就用杏鲍菇，然后先手撕，它手撕杏鲍菇会比较有那种口感。然后穿烫，再用这个串烧的一串一串把它串起来，串起来之后我们再干煎，干煎之后就会增加它的弹性跟口感。那最后我们再下去炒，所以炒起来吃下去，你就会有那种肠子那种 QQ 的感觉。这道菜非常费工，我们一天只能做10份。
Oh, wow. It definitely tastes very crunchy, chewy, which does imitate the texture of intestines. And then the sauce is very familiar, the 3-cup sauce. And each day they actually only make 10 dishes of these. So if you want to come for this dish, you got to make sure to let Linda know that this is the dish you want.
The okonomiyaki is made by mixing Chinese cabbage, mushrooms, onions, and eggs, and pan frying until crispy on the outside. The homemade mayo sauce and seaweed topping give it a great depth of flavor.
大阪烧的制作过程是我们使用香菇、洋葱、杏鲍菇下去拌炒及调味，接着我们加入再来米粉、地瓜粉、高丽菜、鸡蛋。 那我们下去抓至均匀，盛入锅中煎至2面上色。起锅后，我们会涂上中浓浓酥酱，然后再撒海苔粉、白芝麻，然后再涂上优比沙拉酱，最后铺上海苔丝，呈现多层次的口感。
And now we have the Japanese influenced dish, the okonomiyaki. And I've never had vegetarian okonomiyaki. This is probably my first time.
这是我们小朋友最喜欢的大阪烧，每次只要有这道菜，他们就很喜欢很喜欢。那因为我们这边是无麸质嘛，一般都是用面粉弄的浆，我们这边全部都是用米做的。
Oh wow! Okay.
来试试看。
And they make their own mayonnaise sauce, so it's vegetarian. Oh, I'm getting a lot of flavors. Like the sauce, it's very rich. Almost there's like a part where it gets really salty at a point, which makes me think of cheese.
上面的海苔丝又很像海鲜的味道。
So delicious.
Vegan oyster omelet. Inspired by the traditional Taiwanese delicacy, this omelet is transformed into a vegetarian version by substituting the oysters with shiitake mushrooms.
蚵仔煎的制作过程是：先将香菇片、小白菜加入我们的粉浆、蛋液，然后再加上海苔丝，包裹起来煎至2面上色后起锅。 那出餐我们会在旁边放上我们的酱汁。那酱汁的内容物有番茄酱、味淋、蚝油制成的一个酱汁搭配使用。
So here we have the Taiwan delicacy, the oyster omelet. And obviously this is a vegetarian restaurant, so we don't have oysters in here. Instead, we have mushrooms. Let's try this.
好。
面皮有没有很 Q？ Because Linda was saying that once she turned vegetarian, she really missed this oyster omelet dish. I feel like if you're trying to transition to vegetarian, this would definitely be the dish for you.
Pan-baked eggs and Sichuan peppercorn. The Sichuan chili pepper sauce on the side also gives it a strong kick of a flavor, making it a perfect dish with rice.
花椒烧烘蛋的制作过程是用5颗鸡蛋煎至半熟后起锅。那加入我们自制的剁椒酱，再加上葱花、蒜头的豆腐末。 稍微拌炒之后，20-30秒。那最后再加入藤椒油，起锅后将酱汁淋上烘蛋，那呈现椒麻的香气。
这一道就是花椒烧烘蛋，这一道就是只要男生朋友来一定必点。那我们是用那个本土的红心蛋，有机的红心蛋。 那上面的酱料，然后用四川的椒麻辣油，那所以它算是麻，但是它不会真的很辣。
So what you see on top, it's not Omni pork, it's tofu. Oh, this dish, it's so lovely. When you put it on rice, it's very easy to finish this entire bowl. This dish, you get a lot of different aromas from the mushroom. And what gives it a little bit of a spaz, kind of white mushroom, shiitake mushroom, and king oyster mushrooms. And you cook it with Alishan tea. And tea that's awarded too, so very high quality tea.
The mushrooms are lightly seasoned and complemented by Taiwanese tea from Alishan, which brings out the refreshing flavor and delicate aroma of each ingredient.